Hello, today I'm going to be talking about some channels that I've been loving recently, and these are channels that are either new to BookTube, meaning class of 2022, or that are new to me, meaning I just found out about them in recent months. And these are all channels that have under 1,000 subscribers, though I don't think that'll last long for some of them because they're so good. I know that Patrick also shouts out small booktubers from time to time, and thank you, Patrick, for doing that for my channel at one point. And I don't have the reach that Patrick has, obviously, but I do want to do my part in bringing attention to these channels because I think they are all fabulous. And what I plan to do, by the way, is follow a format that I saw Philip Chase do in one of his shout out videos, which is to bring up a video or post a video in the description that I personally really enjoyed of each of these channels so that you can get a better idea of what they're about. First person to mention here is one that Patrick also mentioned in his recent Small Booktubers video, and that is Alex from Tall Guy Reads. I have enjoyed every single one of Alex's videos so far. You might have seen him here on my channel when we discussed Royal Assassin for that live show, but he has some incredible insights and analysis videos. I know that Patrick mentioned the Well of Ascension video he did on why that book is the best book in the Mistborn trilogy. It is excellent. Highly recommend you check that out. But he also has some other wonderful videos, including a historical fiction recommendations video for fantasy lovers, as well as sci-fi books he wants to read. So I'll go ahead and link one of those videos down below, but really I could recommend anything that Alex has put out because all his videos are so good. If you want some very thoughtful insights on books, if you want to watch a booktuber who will make you want to read everything he wants to read, you need to check out Tall Guy Reads. Next person to mention here was also in my Royal Assassin live show, and that is Derry's Read It Before. Derry is so lovely, such a wonderful part of the community. She is so warm, so thoughtful, so brilliant. In fact, when we did the Royal Assassin live show, people were joking in the chat that Derry deserves an honorary doctorate in Hob because she's so knowledgeable about the series. She's read it so many times, so she lives by her channel name, especially when it comes to Robin Hobb and Terry Pratchett's Discworld. So if you're into either of those series, you need to check out Derry's channel. She has some of the best content on those series. She has a wonderful kind of ongoing series on her channel on the realm of the Elderlings that is totally spoiler free. I will link the first one of those videos down below, but I just love Derry. I think she's fantastic, so thoughtful, so insightful. Love hearing her thoughts on books. The next person I have to mention here will also be joining us in the Farseer trilogy live show I plan to have once I finish the book, and that is Theo from Rekindled Reader. Theo has the aesthetic down. I love his background to his videos. I love his sound quality in his videos. He has such a great voice. He speaks very well. He's got a very cool vibe about him. He's been enjoying the Nevernight trilogy by Kristoff. He's been enjoying Bernard Cornwell's Warlord Chronicle, which is a series I want to get to eventually. So I've been really enjoying Theo's content so far. But the video I'm going to link below is going to be his video on comparing similar book covers. He did that recently and I loved it. It was so good. So definitely check out Theo's channel. He's wonderful. Next video to mention is Do Unicorns Read? Fantastic new channel. She did a wonderful video on Ian Esselmont's Night of Knives, but she also did a video that I'm going to link below on John Gwynn's The Shadow of the Gods. Now that's a very popular book. I really thought that her insights and thoughts on the world building were some of the most in-depth I've seen of any review on that book, and I've watched a ton of reviews on that book. But I really love what she had to say again about the world building. So she has some great insights, some great analysis videos already so far on her channel. Definitely check out Do Unicorns Read? And what a fantastic channel name, by the way. Next to mention is Red Fury Books. Red Fury Books, fantastic channel. Josh reads very diversely, and he talks in his videos about why he never goes through reading slumps because he likes to switch up the genres he reads continuously. And I've really enjoyed his content so far. I got excited on his book haul video, which was the first video I ever saw of his, in which he hauled A Soprano on Her Head, which is a book I read years and years ago that I loved, and I recommend for anybody who teaches music, who wants some creative teaching ideas. If you're somebody who wants to branch out on what you read, if you love classical literature, if you love fantasy, if you love books like Murakami's books or things from translated works, I think you would really love Red Fury books, and I highly recommend checking him out. All right, next channel to mention is J.R. Carell, and this is the author of the book More Than a Vampire. So a self-published author who started a BookTube channel, loves the Dresden Files. He actually recently did a discussion on his channel with AP Canavan from A Critical Dragon, Philip Chase, Sarah from Sarah Reads, and Bookish Chaz to gush about the Dresden Files. So if you're a fan, you need to check out J.R. Carell. He also did my Choose Your Own Adventure Fantasy Characters book tag. That's my original tag that I started on my channel last year, and I loved his answers, so I'll link that video down below. I do need to redo that tag, by the way. I think it's my favorite tag of all time, just bragging here. And he has a fantastic channel, so again, especially if you love the Dresden Files, and actually he likes Stephen King too. I've seen some reviews for that as well. Definitely check out J.R. Carell. Next, I'm going to mention RJ Gibson, who is wonderful. RJ is such a sweetheart, and he loves books like he's been enjoying the Dandelion Dynasty, and I think the Three Body Problem too as well. He's a huge Abercrombie fan, and if you love Abercrombie, you might be amused to see that he has a new weekly update video series called The Week Itself. So I'm going to go ahead and link his last one of those down below. But I really enjoy RJ's content. He's got a great personality and just a lovely person all around. So RJ Gibson. And then the next person to mention is Scott, Bald Booktuber. I love Scott's channel. He is wonderful about talking about the books he loves. He loves Robin Hobb. He loves Stephen King's Dark Tower series so far. He and I both love Wizard and Glass the best so far. And so I've been really enjoying hearing his thoughts on that series. And he has a wonderful video on audiobook narrators and the ones that he loves the most. So I'll link that video down below. But if you want to know more about books he recommends in addition to audiobook narration, production, he can speak at length about that. So I really appreciate hearing that insight. He might have started last year, but I think he's new enough to me that I can include him on this list. Next person to mention here is Cersei's Booked. And she did a recent review of Mapping the Interior by Stephen Graham Jones, in which she painted her face and talked about her experience and the way she related to the book personally, and about the themes of grief and family. So many wonderful thoughts on that book. And I just love her smile and her laugh. If you want to feel uplifted instantly, you need to check out Cersei's Booked, because she has the best laugh and smile of BookTube in my opinion. Next booktuber to mention is Jack the Bookstack, very recent channel to me personally. And I found out about Jack through Theo, Rekindled Reader, another person I mentioned in this video. And Jack is not a fantasy reader typically, but she did a wonderful vlog in which she tried out fantasy recommendations from Theo, Rekindled Reader, and Scott, Bald Booktuber, the Bald Booktuber. And so she read Jake Kristoff's Nevernight and The Lives of Locke Lamora. And it was so fun to watch somebody who doesn't normally read fantasy talk about her thoughts on those books as she was vlogging through her day. She did yoga with her dogs, which was the cutest thing I've ever seen. It was such a good vlog. She has the vlog style down. So I think she's fantastic. I'd love to see her read more fantasy, but she does read a lot of romance and some contemporary books too, I think. So if you like that style of book, you might want to check out Jack the Bookstack. She made me kind of curious to pick up Colleen Hoover's Verity after challenging Scott and Theo to pick it up. So I might do so as well at some point, who knows? But fantastic, fantastic channel. Definitely check out that vlog down below. Next person to mention is Kay from Kay's Hidden Shelf, who was also mentioned on Petrick's video recently for small booktubers. And she is lovely. She reviews a lot of self-published books, but the video I'm going to link below is advice for enjoying your reading life more. It was some of the most considerate advice I've ever seen for readers, and I really appreciated it. I love those kinds of videos anyway. I just think she's just a lovely person. I met her over on Evie's channel earlier this year for the Winter Night Trilogy discussion that we had. And I definitely think she deserves more attention. Wonderful channel. One channel I forgot to mention that I need to mention before I close out this video is Carell from Read by Carell. Carell just started his channel this year and he's off to a very strong start. I already followed him on Instagram where he posts some great reviews. I really like the variety that Carell reads because he not only mentions fantasy on his channel, but also nonfiction, especially memoirs. So there's a great variety represented there. And I'm going to go ahead and post his anticipated releases for 2022. He has 22 of them. So definitely check out Carell. Last channel I'll mention is Shelf Unstable. Now I found out about Shelf Unstable through Jimmy's shout out on a recent live show, and she is wonderful. She is very funny and witty, smart. She has a wonderful video on weird books that she likes, and I loved that video because she talked about Gormenghast, and that's a book I would like to get to at some point. But she also has some Malazan content. She's reading through the series and doing sort of podcast discussions on it. So definitely check out her channel if you want to find some good Malazan content and just some interesting, fun recommendations. And that about wraps up all of the shout outs for this video. Hopefully I'll do more in the future, but these are just all wonderful channels. I'm so excited to follow all these channels and see them grow even more and see what else they come up with to recommend to me. So definitely check them out. Thank you so much for watching and have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.